Got a question. I'm about to jump to the next world playing Wendy. Do I need a free slot in my inventory for Abigail? Unfortunately, I can't answer that, because I never world jump. So that's like one of the few questions that I probably couldn't answer. But I would assume that she still goes with you anyway. I think it still should be fine. If you want me to test it, actually, I can test it now. I'll do it now then. I'll test it. Because there's a way for me to test it. I'll just use guano. Okay. I'll test it now. No, I'm not saying goodbye. Of course not. Wendy World must stay forever. I gotta fix this. Going into the caves is basically world jumping, so if you fill your inventory like this, see what happens. Okay, so this is what happens. It becomes the item that you grab, so it goes into your hand. Yeah, it shouldn't delete items. That doesn't sound very intuitive or fun, even. Where's my Krampus sack? Uh-oh. Where's the Krampus sack? Oh, it's right there. I'm blind. Okay, there you go. Back to the Weber. What's my favorite Don't Starve character? Wendy. Questions like that are in the description. Really simple questions like that are in the description below the video. So you can check out the description when you have time. Yeah, character specific. Anything in your inventory getting deleted sounds really strange. Wendy is not an easy character in ROG, though. Wendy in the late game in ROG is really horrible. How did you get into Don't Starve, and what update did you start on? That is an interesting question, actually. Uh, when I had, like, 20 followers or something, when I just started out streaming regularly, it was back in April 2014. And there was a viewer who said, you should play Don't Starve. Because I asked him what game I should play, and he said, Don't Starve. So that's when I started. About the time ROG was in early access is when I started playing the game. I played vanilla for about 220 days, I think. Yeah, and then I did adventure mode, and then I did ROG. The number of times I've died since the first week of playing the game, like permanently died, I can probably count on one hand. How many times is it? I'm not gonna count the Weber one. Uh, the Wendy one I deleted, the first Wendy one. Have I ever died? Legit? Other than the one that happened yesterday? The Walani game. That was a legit death because I was being stupid. I meant, why was it your favorite, such as what advantage does it give you? Nothing. I just like Wendy. I like her lines and her voice. I guess more specifically. Have I had a legit death? Like a permanent death? Ever? Except for the other than the Walani one. I can't seem to recall any actually. Adventure mode there was a lot. Because of when I was playing. That was back when I didn't know how to play the game. But aside from adventure mode, I don't recall any other than Walani. I like classic Wilson. Wilson and Wes are really cool. My favorite character to play, in terms of style, is probably Wigfrid. Because I love combat. I like to kite everything. I don't care about these trap shenanigans. I don't care about fire traps, tooth traps, exploits. I just want to smack things until they die. And Wigfrid is my favorite character for that. I don't like Wolfgang. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just don't like Wolfgang, plus I like combat. So, Wigfrid. Can I smash my sand walls? No. I'm leaving them. Unfortunately. This is a protest. If you think it's ugly, then you can blame Clay. It's Clay's fault. Yeah, I just don't die. Dying just seems weird and wrong. It's a game where you're supposed to survive. You should just call it Don't Die. Well, Lonnie's death was really funny. Part of the reason, and it sounds like an excuse, is because I kind of got sick of playing her. Because she was really fun in the first season. Like, really, really fun. The surfing was just so incredible. And then after the first season, when you build a boat, it's like, well, she doesn't do anything anymore. She's just basically a weaker version of Wilson. Yeah, no walls are necessary for a base. I know a lot of people were saying that, oh my god, the update sucks because, you know, I can't build a base anymore, but that's not true. You can still build a base, you just can't build a base that looks cozy and has a lot of walls. Like, in nowhere does it say you have to have a wall to have a base, right? And you can also be creative, which is what I'm doing here. This base is going to be walled off with cooking stuff, so crockpots and drying racks. I also want to put another base somewhere that has a bunch of bird cages for walls. So the game is still perfectly fine. The update just sucks. Still. The thing about Don't Starve is, Because it's like a sandbox game, you kind of create your own world, and you have to be creative if you're going to create stuff, right? Wickford in adventure mode can be difficult. Uh, I use the tree glitch just for cutting down trees. I don't use it for making a tree wall. I don't want a tree wall. It's ugly. It's too it's invasive of the area. It takes up too much room of like the free space. I like a spacious space. Yeah, jungle trees are too tall. Too tall and too wide on the top. Alright, see ya, good night. So there's like a lot of room between everything. I don't like to cramp everything in between. Even the drying racks, they're not like perfectly minimum width. It's a little bit more. These are all like plus one minimum. So I just like having things spread out because it looks better. Alright, so it's summer now. And that means I'm going to take my break. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I didn't actually eat much because I woke up like very shortly before I started streaming. Which was why I was a little bit late. Like 30 minutes late. Had to get ready. What am I going to use this for? That does nothing, actually. Pretty sure it's still just honey ham. What does that even make? I don't know. I just want to use the stuff. Wet goop. If it's not... Okay, this is what I always say. If I don't know what the formula is, it's either wet goop or meatballs. It's basically it. Wet goop, meatballs, and less common is ratatouille. But I'm pretty sure I made everything correctly. This should be butter muffin, yeah. Yeah, you need like 100 plus viewers constantly to be partnered. And I get a range of viewers, like 20 sometimes, less than 20 sometimes, and sometimes, very rarely, like 70, 80 to 100. Very, very rarely. It's usually like 30. But that's the reason why. It's not that easy to get partnered. But it would be nice. Alright, so I have 4 days until the volcano warnings, 5 days until volcano strike. I really need to take a break though.